Alright, how can we get the Beyond Earth mod? This mod is essentially the Ad Astra mod, or rather Ad Astra is a remix of this mod. It hasn't been updated in a while, but it's compatible with version 1.20.1, so it works with recent versions and many other mods. It's a space mod, right? We'll use it to develop our ability to travel to space, explore, and more. It has 7 creatures if I remember correctly, while Ad Astra had 13, okay? So clearly this is an earlier version, but it's still the same mod, got it? That said, there's an Ad Astra guide on the channel, but let's explain how to get the Beyond Earth mod for those interested. Basically, it lets us fly to other planets, alright? They show it here. I'll show you some images that are really cool. Here's the jet suit, okay? And more. So, we'd go to Files, then Mod Loaders, Forge, which you see is in beta. Last update was August 12th, 2024, so it's clearly outdated now. Just select Forge, choose your version, click the 3 buttons, and get file, okay? We'll save this file in the Minecraft folder. Now let's go to app data, alright? Press Windows plus R, type app data, go to roaming Minecraft and the mods folder, okay? The folder's not there, right click new folder and name it mods, got it? That's how easy it is to get this mod without any issues. Alright, how do we get steel in the Beyond Earth mod? Basically, steel is made with a bit of iron in the blast furnace, okay? As we can see here, we put it in the blast furnace and after a few seconds we'll get a steel ingot, got it? Important, use a blast furnace, not a regular furnace. It's pretty simple to obtain and we can use it throughout the mod as it's one of the most essential materials. Other resources like Dash are unlocked in other worlds, like the moon for instance. So with this, we've got our first mineral to start the mod. Alright, how to use the hammer in Beyond Earth. Once we've got some steel, we can craft the hammer like this. It says, the hammer lets us make things like iron plates, dash plates, and craft a compressor. The cool part is it unlocks the compressor tool and gives us access to plate. We'll need these plates throughout the mod. So yeah, it's that simple. For damage, it's nothing special. It's just a crafting tool. Alright, how does the compressor work? Well, this compressor turns steel into compressed steel, okay? It converts the steel ingot into compressed steel. It doesn't need any J to operate, got it? Let's put steel here and find a power source, like a solar panel. We'll place it nearby and it starts charging, see? Now we add the steel ingot and soon it'll become compressed steel. Basically any mineral in the mod can be compressed here, so there's the compressor and its crafting recipe. These are steel ingots, not netherite ones, and that's all there is to it. Alright, how do coal generators and solar panels work? Well, basically these two tools both generate energy, one using coal and the other using sunlight. The solar panel uses sunlight, but I think it still worked at night in some mod. Oh right, it does in the Ad Astra mod, okay? So we have a solar panel here, and then to generate energy with this generator, it produces more power, but what does it consume? Well, it consumes coal, okay? Though I'm not entirely sure it generates more energy. Here are the crafting recipes. The coal generator needs iron plates and such, okay? And the solar panel uses steel ingots and iron rods made like this, not much else. So that's how we'd generate energy, okay? It's that simple. In today's video, we'll be using the water pump and oxygen loader to fill the suit. What do we mean by filling the suit? Well, first, let's grab the oxygen loader, okay? And we'll need a water pump. What does that mean? It means we're going to get a bit of water, alright? If I turn off the shaders, you'll see it's a pipe, okay? With shaders on, it doesn't load properly. We'll do this mini tutorial with shaders on so you can see it. So we put water here, the water pump here, okay? And the oxygen loader. Now we should power everything up and you see it starts filling with energy. Okay, let's put it in infinite water or I'll run out, alright? And there it starts absorbing water as you can see, okay? We connect the solar panel on the right, okay? So it absorbs energy. Or we can connect some wiring, okay? If we want that too. I think there are cables, right? If I remember correctly, oh, it looks like there aren't any, huh? Wow, there really aren't any. Okay. Well, if we use mechanisms, there would be some, okay? So we have this, and now we put the oxygen loader on top, which will fill with water, and we put a solar panel on top, okay? It'll generate energy, and this produces oxygen, okay? Using energy and water. As I said, one solar panel is enough to cover all the energy needed for both a water pump and oxygen loader, so no worries. Now, to charge the armor, we just look for the spacesuit here. As you see, it says 0 oxygen out of 36,000. Let's put it in, and as you can see, it just drained all the oxygen to start filling up, okay? So if I equip it now, it doesn't show up. Okay, I'll have to hover the cursor over it to check the oxygen level. This will allow us to breathe on the other planets, okay? So that's it, it's that simple. Alright. How to craft and upgrade this spacesuit to netherite. So we have this initial spacesuit, right? Then we upgrade it to netherite, and finally we get the jet version, okay? This one's crafted with iron plates made like this. Here's the spacesuit with oxygen gear, pants, boots, and and then netherite. Got it? To get the netherite version, use the smithing table, okay? Basically, put this in with a netherite ingot, and that's it, alright? Let's see. Take this, put it in, add netherite, upgrade, and bam, 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 bam. Let's check. Oh, it won't let me place it, huh? Must be a glitch. But in other versions, it worked like this, okay? Then we have the jet armor, right? It's this one here. As you can see, it's much more advanced, offering better protection and the ability to fly. Let's see if I can... without energy, it won't let me show you. Let's try charging it for a moment. Well, theoretically, it lets me fly. Seems this version's a bit buggy, the one 20.1. I mean, it did say beta mode, but still. So, yeah, there you have it, okay? How does the fuel refinery work? Okay, first we need the fuel, right? Here's the fuel refinery, and we'll put the fuel here. This fuel is theoretically found in the sea, okay? Oh boy, what a mess, what a mess. It's in the sea, got it? As you can see, it has no negative effects like spontaneous combustion or other weird stuff from other mods. So we connect the fuel, hook up the solar panel for energy, and it'll convert into fuel. Oh no, sorry, I put in fuel directly. We need to use oil, okay? And now, well, now we can't empty this. Not sure why it let me put it in. We have to use oil, all right? With energy, it turns into fuel. Got it? The oil fountain is found in oceans, lakes, and ponds, okay? It appears in water. We obviously need to craft this or we can't fuel the rocket. Once we have it, we use our bucket, put it here, okay? We fill our fuel bucket and we've got fuel, no problem. All right. Let's talk about crafting the NASA workbench and making rocket parts, or more specifically, how to craft the rocket itself. The NASA workbench is made with compressed steel and steel ingot. When we open it, you'll see it's like a crafting table, but more advanced. Just so you know, there's a rocket here, but there are 4 levels in theory. This version only has 1 level. As you can see, this version is pretty good. I'll show you the 4 crafting recipes, okay? The rocket is this one here. I can't explain each part, but it's mostly compressed steel. If you search for steel, you'll see everything. Compressed steel, the steel engine down here, got it. We have 2 steel tanks, rocket fins on the sides, and the rocket nose cone. Then we'd move to tier 2, which is similar, but swaps compressed elements for dash element. Next, the second level with ostrum, and then the final 4th level with calorite. These minerals are found in various biomes we'll encounter, or rather on the different planets we'll be landing on, got it? With tier 1, we'll head to a planet. On that planet, we'll discover Dash, which is on the moon. With Dash, we can go to Mars or Venus. Actually, we'll go to Venus. There we find Ostrom, and with Ostrom, we'll go get calorite, okay? So yeah, it's that simple. All right, how do we set up the rocket launch pad? Well, basically, to build the rocket launch pad, you don't place it on the ground. The rocket goes on a launch pad. Got it? For the launch pad recipe, you'll need 9 of each. Steel ingots, iron plates, and iron ingots from crafters. We'll arrange the 3x3 grid we just got, and you'll see a small plate sticking out, okay? That's where we'll position the rocket, all right? There we have it, the rocket ready for placement. We can enter the rocket, see? We'll need to add fuel and such, but we're inside now. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. All right, how do we fuel the rocket? Well, first we need to go to the fuel refinery, okay? Put crude oil here from the seas and use energy to convert it to fuel. Then we collect this fuel, got it? With fuel buckets, we'll enter the rocket, fill it up, and then we can travel. Depending on the tier, it uses more or less. Tier 1 needs 1 bucket. Tier 3 or 4 need 2 or 3. It's important to note we'll need to return, okay? So I recommend crafting another rocket launch pad, alright? It's tier 9 launch pad, because you'll need a rocket for the return trip, okay? We can reuse this rocket for the return, got it? But not the launch pad, as it stays here on Earth, so we can't place it on Earth. To return, we need a launch pad on the other planet. Bring one on your first trip, or you'll be stuck there. Alright, how do we take off and navigate to space? Well, basically, once we have our rocket fueled up, right? We approach, open E, open inventory, and add fuel. Our rocket needs a 3x3 launch pad. Important, take the pad 2. A 3x3, meaning 9 units total. Then we'd grab the armor. Armor's crucial, or we'll face problems later. Also, this armor must have oxygen, got it? So we can breathe in the system, you know? Then pressing space allows us to take off. I'll show you how to take off and land, okay? On the left, a bar shows when we're leaving the planet. We can't move the planet, just rotate it slightly. And once we've reached the top, a galaxy screen will appear. Okay, here we are on the galaxy screen. So let's select Sun. If I go to the next one, I could theoretically go to Glacier with a level 4 rocket. Let's choose Sun. There's Earth, but man, no moon. They've really messed with us, huh? Geez, I'm telling you, this version is a bit... Well, you can select, okay, Earth, then Moon, and then Orbit. I clicked on Orbit, which I shouldn't have done, okay? Now they're dropping us off, and on the left we can see the fall ahead, alright? If I press space, we'll avoid going full speed, okay? I'll press space to soften that sudden drop a bit. Now we're entering the world. We're on the planet and we'll drop quickly. Speed increases fast, so we press space. If we fall too suddenly, we'll lose the rocket, okay? Now we descend. We have this lander. If we crouch and right click, we see the rocket seems to be out of fuel. So it's crucial we bring fuel. No fuel storage? Geez, this version is terrible. Not sure if there's fuel on the moon. Doesn't look like it, but they say the moon has minerals like ice shard. With the ice shard, let's check utilities. Great, it has a use. With ice shards, we can theoretically make better fuel, right? But I'm not sure if it's in this version. Yeah, what we're gonna do... Oh, no hydrogen bucket. It's not in this version. The ice shard isn't very useful. Look, if we came here without a fuel bucket, we're in a bit of trouble, right? So besides the rocket launch pad, make sure you bring the fuel bucket. As you can see, there are lots of minerals like moon cheese, a little joke that gives us some cheese. Like I said, the ice shard, lots of iron, and what I wanted, the dash, okay? This will help us upgrade to higher levels and stuff later on, got it? So that's it. We've got everything here, and we're already on the moon. Alright, let's create an oxygen bubble with the oxygen bubble distributor. If we're already wearing armor with oxygen, that's perfect. But we'll still grab an oxygen bubble distributor. This basically distributes air, or rather lets the player breathe in inside their bubble. We won't need suits, but if we leave it, we'll start taking damage soon. Got it? The crafting recipe is this: an engine fine and a water separator. You add water buckets and it fills with water. Nice. If I add a solar panel, it'll start generating energy and oxygen. It seems bugged, but normally you'd add water and it'd make oxygen. I've tried every liquid out there, trust me. I'm saying this before someone claims I used the wrong liquid. So yeah, you'd add water and it should start generating oxygen. As I said, it's better to have pre-charged armor, okay? That way we avoid these kinds of issues. Right, let's talk about the rover, shall we? To wrap up the mod, as I mentioned, there are several planets. We're on the moon now, okay? But there's also Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Glacius. And I should mention we can travel to those planets with a higher level rocket. Level 1 teaches crafting, then 2, 3, 4. Got it? Thing is, in this version, I can't access rocket, being the last one. As I said, play Ad Astra instead of Beyond Earth if you can. It's better. Same mod, but Ad Astra is the sequel, and it's much improved. I think I chose all were in beta, but I picked one that's truly in beta. This version runs poorly compared to Ad Astra in the same version. I guess it was one of the last they developed, left unfinished, and I got stuck with it. Alright, so we have the rover, okay? You place the rover, it has this crafting here made of steel, got it? The wheels are made with slime and other stuff. We need fuel, but it's cool. You take this, crouch, right click, add fuel, okay? Now right click and you can move, even if it's a bit jerky. As I said, in Ad Astra, it's not this laggy. We can move around more comfortably without jumping, which is a bit awkward. So yeah, there's a lot more. Well, there are some items like these globes of all the planets. See? Earth, well, the moon, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and Glacio. We have different mobs. I'll show you, but they're not really useful. I mean, they just attack you, that's it. No. As you can see, none have spawned here, giving it a desert-like feel. These are some of the mobs, not much else, okay? With this, I've covered the whole guide. This flag with your face, you can place it if you want, but there's not much more to say. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in future videos.